Timothy O'Toole's Pub Group proudly brings you the season premiere of Golf360. We'll take you to the Belmont Golf Club in Downers Grove, a course that goes all the way back to 1892. It's time to meet Illinois native Hank Haney, who was Tiger Woods' swing coach for 6 years. We cross the Atlantic to Scotland to see the proper links of Dumbarnie. Holy cow! We will check in with Nick FALDO as he plays a little golf at Wrigley Field. Beverly's Director of Instruction, Billy FITZGERALD, stops by with a tip to improve your accuracy. Plus, we will go under the lights at the Highlands of Elgin driving range to see all the fun.
Welcome to our first show of 2024. We are here at the historical Belmont Golf Club. Perhaps you know this 9-hole gem by its previous name, the Downers Grove Golf Club. This meticulously well-kept treasure sits on many must-play lists, including one of the top 10 9-hole courses in all of the United States.
CB McDonald chose this site as the home of the first 18-hole golf course in America, primarily due to its location in Chicago because of the World Fair in 1893. One of the reasons that it was chosen was because of the rolling hills and the natural architecture that already existed here. It was CB McDonald and Herbert Tweedy who were the original designers of this course. But essentially numbers 1, 2, 7, 8, 9 have majority original features dating all the way back to when CB and Herbert Tweedy designed it. Hole number 7 being virtually untouched.
McDonald was also a fine player back in the day and captured the first U.S. amateur in 1895. Belmont is tucked away in the neighborhood, which adds to the charm of this Downers Grove Park District course. The uncharacteristic hilly landscape makes the layout stand out compared to most others in the Chicagoland area.
And that's one of the things about this property that's different from other courses in Illinois, is there is a lot of rolling hills and elevation changes. So getting those different views from an elevated tee is something different for this area.
And it's a beautiful little golf course. It's a hidden gem that not a lot of people know about, and we enjoy it. It's well kept up, and greens are a little too tough for us though, but we have fun.
It competes against any 9 holes of any 18-hole golf course in the area. So a lot of times you think of a 9-hole course, you think of whether that just be a lot of par 3s. This is a full course with the tips going all the way back to close to 3,400 yards.
In addition to the wonderful design features, the conditions here truly shine. You'll be hard-pressed to see a municipal course that has 45,000 rounds a year to be in such terrific shape all season long.
It's first of all, it's a beautiful course, beautiful piece of land, beautiful trees, so well kept. Our grounds guy, Jeff, and his team do a phenomenal job keeping it in great shape.
You can work on your game here too with a 24-station driving range, including 10 bays that are covered to hit year-round. There's also a separate lesson tee area for individual and group lessons, plus a couple of practice greens. It all adds up to a must-visit and a great true track to play.
It's just a treat. I mean, what I like is that we have so many different types of golfers that play here. Being a 9-hole municipal course, we have your beginner golfers that come out to play here, all the way up to local professionals that come out and play for the history and the challenge that it brings. With multiple set of tees allows anyone to have a great experience out here on the property.
Yeah, I've lived here for 52 years. Downers Grove Golf Club, now Belmont, is a beautiful course, absolutely gorgeous course, and historic too. You know, it's been around for lots of years. I think it was the first 18-hole course west of the Allegheny. Downers Grove is a great place, and this course makes it even better.
Belmont's rolling hills, well-crafted holes, and superb conditioning make this an ideal spot to play a quick 9. Up next, we meet an instructor on the North Shore that has worked with Charles Barkley and Tiger Woods, and now possibly you. Stay tuned.
Learning about the CDGA is it was allowing me to be able to track how good of a golfer I was becoming. The game of golf itself has 0 boundaries. I think the CDGA gives you a global perspective on the game of golf, but it's also allowed me to be able to connect with people and play golf against anybody. We are better through golf.
Stride by Zero Friction, the first of its kind personal caddy. Walk in comfort and style with Stride's remote and follow me technology. The Stride handles almost any terrain, and its 54-hole range will last all day. The lightweight design and removable front wheels makes it simple to handle. Plus, it easily fits golf carts. Order yours and save. Visit zerofriction.com/stride or scan the QR code to order yours today. Stride, your personal caddy.
On the Corn Ferry Tour, opportunity awaits.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names.
Victory for Wyndham Clark, a winner on the PGA Tour.
This is where champions are made and futures are earned. The Corn Ferry Tour is returning to Glenview for the NV5 Invitational, presented by Old National Bank. Come watch the PGA Tour's next stars, July 25th to 28th at the Glen Club.
Timothy O'Toole's is Chicago's favorite sports bar since 1992. Be sure to check out timothyo'tooles.com and visit one of their 4 convenient Chicagoland locations.
Full circle. That's what well-known instructor Hank Haney is in the midst of, thanks to his 11-year-old hockey-playing son. Growing up in Deerfield, he started his golf teaching career years ago at Exmoor Country Club in Highland Park. Now he's returned to Highland Park to continue his passion of teaching at the golf practice.
Teaching was something Hank Haney always wanted to do. At school, he majored in education, so it was a natural fit. It's this passion that still drives him today to help people with their games.
I remember when I first said I wanted to be a golf instructor, my mother said, "How are you going to do any good at that?" I said, "Well, there's some people that do good." And I said, John Jacobs does good, and Bob Toski, and Jim Flick. And she goes, "Well, that's like 3 people." And I said, "Well, there's going to be 4, or one of those guys is going to have to move over, because here I come." I just enjoy helping people, and that's what's been so much fun for me in golf. And and then you get lucky and you meet people, and I was lucky enough to meet Mark O'Meara. So when I met Mark O'Meara, and he was my first touring pro I taught, then that just changed everything for me.
A chance reunited moment happened last summer when Haney moved back into the area and stumbled into the golf practice in Highland Park. There he ran into Chris Olerking, who was mentored a bit by Hank Haney many years ago.
He goes, "Hank, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Chris." And he goes, I said, you teach here? He goes, "This is my place." And I'm like, "Oh my God, this place is phenomenal." And then he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm here for, my son's hockey, and I'm kind of looking for a place to teach." And he goes, "Well, you can teach here."
What I'm enamored by is his passion and enthusiasm in the lesson. Still at his age, in his experience level, he's still working with that person like it's the first lesson he ever gave. I think he's worth every penny because he spends extra time with this person. He's engaged in every swing. He's given feedback on every swing. And that's inspiring to me to see, even at his level, he's still maintaining a certain level of excellence. And so our coaches watch that, and it's like, oh boy, we need to bring it all the time, not just when we're feeling good. So
Hank Haney has given his swing knowledge to over 200 touring pros in his career. For 6 years, he worked with the one and only Tiger Woods, and during that tenure, Tiger won at an unprecedented rate.
Teaching Tiger was, a highlight of my career for sure. To have that opportunity to be a teacher, it was absolutely incredible. It was a challenge, though. It's always a challenge. Greatness is different, and he was way different. But you spend most of your time trying to figure out, and I did, trying to figure out how to make everything his idea. And that's a challenge, but it's not like, I don't say that in a negative way, it's just the way it is. And that's, a big part of the reason why he was so great is that, he knew what he needed to do, he knew what he wanted to do.
13 handicap Stephen French recently took a lesson from Hank Haney. It ended up being insightful and certainly beneficial, pointing him in the right direction.
Well, I'm going to practice what he taught me today, and he gave me his phone number, told me to take some videos of myself swinging and playing, and he wants to critique them. It's very nice of him.
My goal is to teach people so that they can learn. Like, I don't want somebody to come for a lesson and just try to remember what I told them to do. Like, some people take a lesson and they think, well, he told me to do this and this and this. Well, that's not really learning. I mean, learning is understanding and knowing why you need to do something, and really understanding what your faults are and what you need to do to correct it, and being able to diagnose. And in golf, I tell my students, like, every time you hit, the ball's yelling back at you. And it's telling you, what the problem is. And it's telling you what you need to fix. And it's like you got to answer the question. The ball's yelling back at you. You got to answer the question.
At 68 years of age, Hank Haney is not showing any signs of slowing down, teaching anyone and everyone that wants to improve their game. Up next, we cross the pond to play a true links course and see why Nick FALDO was playing golf at Wrigley Field. Stay with us.
Here at Boyne Golf, each course tells its own story. About friends, about challenges, about unforgettable moments. This is Michigan's Magnificent 10. Golf as pure as it gets.
Step into a world where golf is more than a game. Welcome to E9 Club. Bring your own vibe with BYOB perks, swing anytime with 24/7 access, and revel in the camaraderie of a tight-knit community. There are no extra fees, just the love of the game. Join a select group of like-minded golfers at E9. Exclusivity is par for the course. Elevate your golfing experience by joining E9 Club and make every swing count.
In the peaceful rolling hills of Channahon, Illinois, you will find a majestic layout that will please any golfer. Heritage Bluffs Public Golf Club is a true test of the game in an unspoiled setting showcasing natural landforms rarely experienced in Illinois. Architect Dick Nugent masterfully laid out one of the area's best courses, featuring open prairie-style golf to challenging tree-lined holes. Come see why Heritage Bluffs is one of Chicagoland's highest-rated courses today.
The lure of links golf is truly a must for any golfer. Dumbarnie Links, just outside the incomparable town of St. Andrews, is a refreshing layout that opened in 2020. This vast piece of Scottish landscape is chock full of engaging shots conceived by former European Ryder Cupper Clive Clark.
It's a genuine links golf course. It's not just a cliff top, or it's a genuine links, and it's all fescue grass. The greens are fescue with a touch of bent in them, and it's like a traditional links with a modern twist. There's quite a bit of gambling you can do on here if you want to, which it makes it very entertaining. The 2 or 3 holes which have split fairways, do I take the direct line on the narrow fairway, or do I go over there where there's half a 5 to play at, but it's probably another 3 clubs to get into the green. So there's a lot of variation.
It's a huge viewpoint, 345 acres. And the golf course zigzags right round the compass, all over the place. So there's not 2 holes running consecutively. They're all different directions. We start due south, then we go west, and all over the place. So there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun golf out there. It's entertaining, thought-provoking. You've got 3 drivable par 4s, even for your lesser golfer who's playing off, if they're playing off the right set of tees forward, they hit a ball 200 yards or so, they're going to get pretty close to the green, so equal chances.
St. Andrews, Scotland is the home of golf, but there are plenty of other courses to play besides the Old Course. While you feel the presence of Old Tom Morris all over town, there are still plenty of other layouts to explore, such as Dumbarnie. Playing true links golf is an experience that takes the game to a new level.
It was absolutely wonderful to get a link site because they're very difficult to come across. In fact, if you take the world supply, so to speak, of links, there's only about 250 in the entire world.
While Dumbarnie Links is relatively new, I'm sure the course will be treasured for years to come.
The vision here was to welcome visitors and make them feel that they're a member of a high-end country club for the day. So we've got the golf course, which has had some great worldwide awards already, which is terrific for such a young golf course.
We want to look after, make them feel special. From the welcome on arrival to then the wee dram of whiskey, Loch Lomond whiskey. It's the only place in Scotland that we know of that does it. Everybody's up there with a whiskey, even if they don't like it. They'll have a whiskey with their buddies. Cheers, and they'll go in. Great start to the day. A welcoming clubhouse. We try to provide a blast. That's what we are trying to do. And the feedback we're getting is we're doing all right.
The majestic views, along with the peace and compelling golf, make this an absolute must when traveling to play where the game began.
Dumbarnie Links has garnered numerous awards in its brief history, including Best Scottish Golf Experience in 2021. Hall of Famer Nick FALDO playing golf at Wrigley Field. While it sounds like it may be out of left field, it really did happen. Just last month, Upper Deck Golf set up a 9-hole short course on the iconic baseball diamond. Let's get the scoop from our Dave Lockhart.
You can almost feel the history and all the greats that played baseball on these hallowed grounds. For the second year in a row, the game of golf came to the friendly confines in a fun and cool way.
We really have done everything we can to take this experience to the next level where customers feel like they get a tremendous amount of value. All in, people are paying a very reasonable amount for 3 to 4 hours of entertainment at an iconic stadium. They're able to be hanging out in the clubhouse and the concession stands and being able to go and experience from a 360-degree perspective an iconic stadium all around, 9 holes.
Today, a lot of people don't have time to go out and play golf for 4.5 hours. And they can come here in an hour and a half with their buddies in a non-stressful way, get introduced to the game. And you know, I don't know exactly, we don't have the percentages on it, but probably 50% are not active golfers, but we can introduce them to the game and maybe they'll become a golfer.
One guy who knows the game of golf inside and out is the legendary Nick FALDO, who took part in the festivities.
We've got every hole from 75 yards, I think 120 here. I think some stadiums we might get to 140 yards. But I tell you, it's proper golf. I mean, you're trying to hit a 15-foot circle. It's got to be perfectly straight. It's got to be perfect length, and the wind swirling as well. So I like it because it's golf and cocktails and atmosphere rather than atmosphere, cocktails and golf, the other way around with it. So you've got to be a serious golfer for a little while, and what I'm most impressed, this is the first one I've seen, is the atmosphere. Look, everybody's having fun, even with people around that don't know each other. You can't create that.
What about golf and baseball in general? Any similarities with the swing there?
Big time.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Timing?
Absolutely. It's one of the few sports where, they're hitting a moving ball and they've really got to react because the thing's coming at them in all different shapes and, speeds. And, we got to stare at the darn thing. But yeah, it's a similar motion. You've got to have weight transference, great timing, great hand and eye coordination. So yeah, that's why these baseball guys are strong. I mean, they got arms on them like a gorilla. So they usually hit it further than golfers do. We just like to delicately, we go for accuracy where these guys are obviously got to knock it out of the park.
Yeah. Now talk a little bit more about the game of golf. I mean, since the pandemic, it's really grown leaps and bounds, and it's just amazing, right? I mean, talk about why you think it's so successful and why everybody's gravitating
Well,
to
it's
it again.
healthy, isn't it? We got outside, fresh air. Parents were happy to get their kids out. And that's why I think this is really cool, because this is family golf. You can bring anybody at any age here, have a good time. And I think that's really doing great stuff to promote our game.
I got to ask you something about your career. 6 major championships, numerous Ryder Cups. What's the one thing that stands out in your mind and that you're most proud of?
I'm lucky with the majors, obviously. 3 of each is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, the last one against Greg, I'm very fortunate. Everybody saw that one. I mean, I honestly get pretty close to any time I'm in an airport. Anyway, somebody will say, "Oh, you and Greg, Masters, 90." They get all the facts right. Or other times they go, "Did you win at Birkdale?" No, you didn't. But they come up and they get all, I ever started golf? Or whatever. So I'm very fortunate, and I can travel the world. That's what I think is amazing, because it's nearly 30 years now, and I go and do design stuff, and the chairman will say, before we start meeting, tell us about 96, and I go, you're kidding me. Hey, you want to know? So it's, hey, I don't mind. Obviously, I'll talk about that one till the cows come home.
Terrific to hear from Sir Nick at that cool event. Upper Deck is putting on a total of 25 of these over the summer at iconic stadiums used in the MLB, NFL, and college. Coming up next, we tee it high and let it fly under the lights at the rejuvenated driving range at Highlands of Elgin. Stick with us.
Step into a world where golf is more than a game. Welcome to E9 Club. Bring your own vibe with BYOB perks, swing anytime with 24/7 access, and revel in the camaraderie of a tight-knit community. There are no extra fees, just the love of the game. Join a select group of like-minded golfers at E9. Exclusivity is par for the course. Elevate your golfing experience by joining E9 Club and make every swing count.
Stride by Zero Friction, the first of its kind personal caddy. Walk in comfort and style with Stride's remote and follow me technology. The Stride handles almost any terrain, and its 54-hole range will last all day. The lightweight design and removable front wheels makes it simple to handle. Plus, it easily fits golf carts. Order yours and save. Visit zerofriction.com/stride or scan the QR code to order yours today. Stride, your personal caddy.
It's more than just a handicap.
We have an array of playing opportunities for both the serious competitive golfer and those who are of different skill levels, genders, and ages through our social competition series. So we've got a lot of playing opportunities.
I think CDGA's investment in all aspects of the game have made us a closer community when we are reminded that this wonderful game builds community. And CDGA does that great.
What if I told you there's an easier way to swing? It's less effort, more center face hits, more distance, more speed in the golf club. I'm actually doing it right now. It's about learning how the club works and how these circles work in your golf swing. So when I swing a club, I've got my club circle, my grip pather circle, and my center circle, or my body. We need to match those up in order to maximize the face of this club. So we do it with what I'm doing right here, pivoting the club. So bearing I have my hands on the club right, this club is going to pivot back and pivot through. So this isn't going very fast. The grip end is pivoting. In the face of the club, I'm using momentum and it's traveling the fastest and farthest. So again, when I swing, the club's going back, and traveling, I'm using momentum to gain speed. For more tips, visit me at BillyFitzGeraldGolf.com.
Thanks for that great tip, Billy. Billy's been teaching at Beverly Country Club for 10 years and is one of the best instructors in the state. Highlands of Elgin and Bowes Creek are two incredible public access facilities that you can play in the town of Elgin. At the Highlands driving range, they have found the right mix of food, drink, and golf.
The Highlands of Elgin is routinely placed on many must-play lists, including standing impressively at number 3 on Golf Week's public access courses in Illinois. Their driving range features brand new Shrixon premium range balls. There's also a well-conditioned practice green, complete with a sand bunker, and you can hit balls into the evening with expanded hours until 10 p.m.
Good golf balls, good hitting surfaces. Obviously, we've got the fiber-built mats. We've got a great bendcrest tee. Good targets. We have 6 target greens out here, and good location.
This is the only time I have to hit balls, so this has actually enabled me to perfect my game in a way. So, and there was lights out here. I'm like, I didn't never even notice. So now, I was out here till 10 last night, and I'm out here till 9:30 tonight, and probably do it tomorrow.
Practice is the key to better golf, and here at the Highlands, they have a variety of different plans to help you with your game. The instructors approach each student in a refreshing, relaxed style.
My philosophy to teaching is there's not
only one way to swing a golf club. And my goal whenever I have a new student, whether they're a beginner or someone who's already got an established golf swing, is I don't want to change who you are and how you swing the golf club. I want to try to tweak what you do and make it the best possible golf swing that you can do. I lost that one out a little right. A little more Ferris wheel in our golf swing. At the end of the day, we're trying to swing and hit that ball forward and out. We're not trying to swing around it and hit it left or right. Beautiful. Nice and straight on that one.
We stress to our students, practice is great, but if you practice with a purpose, if you have something in mind that when you go practice, you're going to start to see that you're going to improve rapidly, as opposed to just going out and swinging and compounding bad habits.
What's also cool about this facility is that it is open to anyone and everyone. It has the feel of a laid-back private club. At the top of the clubhouse is the Grumpy Goat Tavern. The food, drinks, and service are all top-notch and certainly add to your visit.
One of the best things about the restaurant, I feel, is they have a really sprawling veranda out the back. It wraps the entire back of our clubhouse, offers some really scenic views of the golf course. You can honestly see about 50% or more of the golf course just from sitting on that veranda. So it's a great place to sit back, have a bite to eat, have a drink.
Bob Seger might have said it best with his famous song, Night Moves, working and practicing all the night moves.
I've played here for years. This is the first time under the lights, and it's pretty neat. It's fantastic, yeah.
A great part about it in the evening is, it's obviously going to be a little cooler, maybe a little less on the bug front. So in the summer when it gets, when it's sweltering during the day, this is the perfect time to come out and practice.
Great times there at the Highlands of Elgin driving range. Add their sister course of Bowes Creek, and it's an Elgin, Illinois golf powerhouse. We truly appreciate our hosts here at the historic and beautiful Belmont Golf Club. It's the ideal course to play a quick 9 on this original Chicago golf layout. This place is truly special. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and linksvideo.net. Thank you so much for watching Golf360.
In the peaceful rolling hills of Channahon, Illinois, you will find a majestic layout that will please any golfer. Heritage Bluffs Public Golf Club is a true test of the game in an unspoiled setting showcasing natural landforms rarely experienced in Illinois. Architect Dick Nugent masterfully laid out one of the area's best courses, featuring open prairie-style golf to challenging tree-lined holes. Come see why Heritage Bluffs is one of Chicagoland's highest-rated courses today. Timothy O'Toole's is Chicago's favorite sports bar since 1992. Be sure to check out TimothyO'Toole's.com and visit one of their 4 convenient Chicagoland locations.